Alright, we're breaking down the buffs and nerfs to the assault rifles in the mid-season update. The first and one of my favorite, the AMAX got another buff. The max damage range is increased to 28.62 meters, up for 21.4 meters. If you have this built out for range, it's basically going to make the damage range around 40 meters now, which is decent. And a buff to the upper torso damage multiplier, up from 1 to 1.1. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's going to make it so it's one less shot to kill, which will then lower the TTK down into the 700s, which for a long-range AR, that's really good. The Automaton got a neck damage multiplier decrease from 1.5 down to 1.3. While that sounds really bad, that assumes you're hitting a lot of neck shots. And also got a lower damage multiplier decrease to 1, down from 1.1. In my opinion, that's bigger because more people are going to hit more stomach shots than neck shots. The M4A1 got a buff to the neck damage multiplier to 1.1, up from 1.01. While again, that looks like a good buff, you have to hit neck shots. But still, the M4A1 is a great option to use in Warzone. And the QBZ got a buff to the headshot and neck damage multiplier, but again, you have to hit those shots. While the increase is good, you have to hit those shots. The good old Odin got a buff, but it didn't really need muzzle velocity increase. It got a little bit, but it already has great muzzle velocity. But the upper arm damage multiplier up to 1.2 from 1 is actually a lot bigger than you think. It increases the damage value up from 48 to 57, which is now going to be the same as the chest. So if you're aiming for the chest and you missed a little left and right and really hitting those upper arms, it's going to give you that TTK for the chest, which is really good in the 700s. The EX1 got a bunch of buffs to its damage and barrels and stuff like that. While this could be really good, I'm not actually sure how good it's going to be now. I'll kind of have to wait to see other people post about it and then see if I can make a loadout of my own. They again made some adjustments to the Itcher Burst. Now you can just hold down the trigger and to span it, and then there's a little bit of fire rate, but again, this weapon's really not that good. The EM2, one of my longtime favorites, actually got a buff to its headshot multiplier up to 1.5 from 1.3, and its mid damage, which is the long range damage, increased to 36 up from 35. Now these things put together actually give it a chance to be one of the best guns in the game. Here's why. Before the buff, with this damage value of 35, it would take 9 shots to kill and to give you a TTK of 896. Even with one headshot, it would not change that TTK. But now with that bump up to 36, if you hit 7 shots and then 1 headshot, it's going to take 1 less shot to kill, and it's going to lower that TTK under 800 at long ranges. It might be the only AR with 1 headshot that has a TTK that fast at long ranges. The FFAR actually got a solid buff to the muzzle velocity, which is kind of cool, but you can actually make it into a strafe demon like you had back in Verdansk. It got an increase to the ADS movement speed, it got an increase to its ADS, and if you're using the ultralight barrel, it got an increase to its ADS movement speed while firing. And the Volk, as expected, actually got a nerf to its ADS movement speed. And there you have it. Those are the buffs and nerfs to the AR in the mid-season 5 update. I'm really excited about the AMAX, the EM2, and kind of like that sniper support FFAR. Stay tuned for the shotgun video and let me know in the comments what you think.